Welcome back. In this lecture, we will cover error handling in Express.js. You will learn how to handle errors gracefully, log them for debugging purpose, and prevent server crashes due to unhandled errors. So first, we will start by demonstrating how to manually throw an error from an endpoint. It's important to know that throwing errors this way will not crash your server, but it needs to be handled properly because if there are errors that you don't handle yourself, then it may show some sensitive information or file information or the complete stack in the response of your request. That might not be good for the security reasons. So let me quickly demonstrate you about what I am saying. So here on the index.ts file, I will define an endpoint app.get, and here I will pass a callback function that will have both request and response parameters. Now I will simply send a response to the client just to test it. So let's open that endpoint, localhost 3000, and we got the hello world. Now I will just throw the error here, throw new error, save it, and now if you reload it, you will see the error is visible in the response and you will find the entire error stack. So maybe this is not how you want to display error to your users, so you may want to change it, and I will show you how to improve this behavior. But before that, let me show you that how our server did not crash yet. It just displayed the error in the console. Also, it has sent back the complete error stack to the user. But if you try to get categories, our other endpoints are still working, so it is not crashing our server. So in this example, we have an endpoint that throws an error manually. When this endpoint is hit, an error will be thrown, but it will not crash our server as we tested. Instead, it will propagate to the error handling middleware if it is defined. So right now we did not define any custom error handling middleware, so that's why it is using internal default mechanism to handle error and display them. But to handle thrown errors and log them globally, we need to create an error handler middleware. So we will also use the Winston logger to log errors. Okay, so let's do that. First of all, I will install a package called Winston. So run the command npm install Winston Winston. Okay, the package has been installed. Now in the shared folder, I can create another file called logger.util.js or ts, and here I will create a constant logger is equal to create logger. Make sure to import this create logger function from the Winston, and now I will call it and pass it an object, and then we will pass some properties to this object. First one would be the level, that would be error. So after that, I will specify the error formatting. So I will use the property format and import the format from the Winston in this way, and now access the combine function from the format, and we will pass format.timestamp and we will pass format.json. Okay, after that I will use the transports, and here we had different kind of transports. The transport property is not compulsory here, but it is used to specify where you want to log the messages. Okay, so here you can specify different kind of configurations here, like transports.file. Make sure to import the transport from Winston, and in the file name you will specify the name of the file, and in the level we are specifying the level of error, or you can just remove it because we are specifying the level here as well. Okay, but in case if you don't want to store logs in a file and only want to display them in the console, you can use the console transport provided by Winston like this, new transports.console, and further we can add another formatting here like format.printf, and I will pass it a callback function, and that callback function will be getting a parameter that will be an object, and we will have access to multiple values like timestamp, level, message, and stack. Okay, and from here we will return a string by combining timestamp, level, and then message and then stack. Okay, and if stack was not found, then we will simply add empty string here. Now finally at the end I will add export default logger. Okay, now let's go to the index.ts and we will define our error handling middleware. Make sure to define the error handling after the definition of all of the routes. Otherwise, for example, if you define your middleware here for handling errors, then it will not work. It will work only if you add it on the bottom here like this, app.use error of type error. I have added the use function and passed it callback function that has all of these 4 parameters: error, request, response, and next. This is our error handling middleware. Now here we can use the logger. Make sure to import the logger from logger.util, and now from this we will access the error function and I will pass it an object, and that object will have the message property. Pass it error.message, and then I will pass it the stack like this, and we have the stack from the error object. Okay, and finally here I will send a response with a status of 500 and the text that something went wrong. Save it. Now let's test it. I will reload it, and now you can see that there is error that something went wrong and the entire error stack was not visible to the client. Okay, and if we look at the console or terminal, we should see the log that we printed with the help of the logger or Winston. So here if you look at the format of the message, we mentioned that we want to display timestamp then level, and this is what is happening. We have the timestamp, we have the level, and then we have the message in this way, and after that we have added the entire stack. You can add a suppression like using the pipe operator here, and let's see by running this endpoint again. Okay, this time you will see that we have the separation between the message and the error stack. So if you go to the root level of your backend project, you will notice that we have the error.log file as well that was automatically created with the help of the Winston. And in this file, you will find all of the errors that were thrown during your application execution. Okay, so our error handling is working. So finally, we integrated this middleware into the Express app. Certain errors can crash the server, which is undesirable in the production environment. Crashes make the server unresponsive and leading to downtime and poor user experience. So to demonstrate that server crash, I will add some code here, and here instead of doing this, I will use the model category. Make sure to import the category model, and from here normally we have all of these functions that we use. So let's suppose for some reason, so this is just one of the examples, there might be a lot of ways that will cause the serious errors that will crash the server. So I'm just trying to reproduce the server crash errors so that I could demonstrate you. So for example, here normally we call the find all function. So let's suppose you have made a mistake, and here you added a spelling mistake, like here you added triple L, and we are getting the TypeScript error. So normally TypeScript will not let you compile the application when you will get these kind of errors, but let's suppose there is a code that will not complain you about this mistake. So to mimic that, I will add a comment here, ts ignore, that will stop complaining about this, and here I will use the await. Okay, save it and make sure to add the async here as well because we are using await. Now I will show you that by running this endpoint, our server would be crashed. Even we have added the error handler, but it will still not be able to capture that error. Okay, reload it, and boom, the server has been crashed. You can see in the console we have the message saying app has been crashed. Now any of your endpoint will not work anymore. Like in the Postman, I'm trying to get the categories, you will see that nothing is working. So this is very, very frustrating when your application is in the production, and this can lead to the huge loss for you. So running this endpoint is stopping our server, demonstrating the impact of such unhandled errors. To handle asynchronous errors like this and prevent server crashes, we can use the express-async-errors package. So let me open that as well. Express-async-errors npm. So this is the package that I was talking about. This package automatically handles error in async routes without needing a try catch block. Okay, so let's install it. Just copy that. It is very simple to use it. So go to the backend root folder and run this command to install it. And once it is installed, we just need to import it on the top of our app, like here. Here I will add import express async errors. Save it. All right. Now let's test it again. So I will reload it, and this time I got the error something went wrong. And remember, I am still using incorrect function name, and in the postman everything is still working. Our all of endpoints are still working. So that's mean this time our server was not crashed. This was only because of this package that we just added. So by requiring a express async errors before defining any routes, it automatically catches errors from async functions and forwards them to the error handling middleware. This prevents the server from crashing and ensures that errors are handled gracefully. In this lecture, we have covered manually error throwing, creating a custom error handler with logging, understanding the server crashing errors, and preventing the crashes using the Express Async Errors package. These techniques will help you to build more resilient and robust Express.js application. Thanks for watching this lecture. Let's move on to the next lecture.